the fancy line, watching trains from far and wide, dreaming of the
It's time for Sunday morning coffee and trains.
voice and cried, oh, give me loads, lots of loads, with the singing rails below. Don't stand me still, let me ride with the pride of a railroad on the go. Don't stand me still, please let me speak.
With your host, Highball and Hogger, and his sidekick,
It takes time and a lot of money.
Hogger
There is a
Monty.
way we can make more cars available. Listen, we're in the business of transportation 66 more
And introducing Piglet Olive.
1 minute a day means 1,300 freight cars. And if we
Brought
can
to
add
you
50,
by
it will be like
the PRR in the 1950s and 60s and in scale.
Couple me slow, let that engine leave me loaded or please don't stand.
And Lulu's Trackside Diner.
We'll get paid if you
Now here's your host, Highball and Hogger. Good morning, hoggers and piglets out there in model train world. Hope everybody out there is doing well. And this is a Sunday morning coffee and trains update. We've been getting a few things done here on the layout. We're going to take a look at what we've got done in Montyville. And catch a eastbound empty hopper train. And this week we've gone further back in time. We're back in 1955 on this episode. We're in June 1955 on the layout. We got our AM radio dial set to YRUN4. We got our coffee at Lulu's. And we're trackside. And playing on the radio is the number one hit on this day in June 1955. Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White by Perez Prado. Like I said, I hope everybody's been well. Been busy running some trains, working on the layout. Have been here as much as possible. With work. Some days when I get home, I just want to crash. But we've gotten a few things done on the layout. Here in Montyville. Sorry about that. Piglet Olive was wanting to get into things. Yeah, we've been making some trees. Finally was able to get started on building some structures. You can see there behind the trees there. It's that's going to be our grocery, our whistle stop grocery. And the next one I will start working on once I get that one done. I still got a lot to do to it. Paint the inside and the outside. Get the roof done, the chimney on it. Lots of details, signs, different things. And then we'll start working on the Montyville post office next door. And then next door to that will be the Gandy Dancer Barbershop. I'm using the Fred and Reg kit for the barbershop. I'll build it just like the kit, but I'll put barber's pole and stuff like that out front. But that will be the Gandy Dancer Barbershop. And we started making us a pulpwood truck there. Got a couple more we're going to be working on making. And where are they at? Ah! Yeah, everything's in a mess. Been cutting a lot of logs, stacks of pulpwood, making loads for the gondolas. I can have them loaded, come in, pick them up, and drop off the empties. Where was we at on the last time? I don't even remember. Been working on Burr Creek. Got the hole cut out in the wall. Got some track going out into the closet here, so I have enough room to back the local up in there to be able to switch and turn it around on the Y. And let me see if I can get y'all. Been working on Burr Creek, detailing the creek bed. I started doing the creek bank. Still got a lot to do on it. And all the sand and rocks and things you see in the creek bed, and there's gonna be I got some twigs that I'm making into logs, be up on the creek banks, and all that stuff came from the real Burr Creek. All the sand and rocks, and I'm making us a sandbar over here. I'll have some logs laying out there. I'm gonna make a little, like where a campfire. Have some folks swimming. So we still got to finish out the rest of it. A long way to go, but we getting there. There'll be a couple of houses sitting here on Potter Road. And this area here will be a Montyville church and a cemetery. The church should be here Friday. But it's an American Model Builders kit. The one that I use for the grocery, that's the Blair Line General Store. And the shotgun house is a Blair Line kit. That's what will be the Montyville post office. I'm going to get one of those Woodland Scenics flags, the waving flag, and put out there for the post office. And then that spot down there in front of the service station, which will be across from the church, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do in that spot. Like I said, we've been working on some trees. These are just for right now till I can get some super trees. I'm using the Woodland Scenics amateurs, and I'm just taking different materials, Woodland Scenic clump foliage, and I've got some poly fiber that they use to stuff pillows. It's a brown color, and I just take that and I glue it onto the amateurs and then spray it with 3M glue, and then sprinkle different shades of green of ground cover on them. Once they are interspersed with some super trees, and I've been making underbrush, the underlaying down in up under the trees. I've been going outside and getting leaves and just dark dirt and just chopping up the leaves real fine and trying to keep out all the bigger stuff and making like the, what would you call it? The floor of the forest or whatever, where there's a bunch of trees. There's not really a lot of grass growing, and where there's a lot of trees. So I've been trying to make that. Then we got another little structure coming that will be the office for the pupwood yard. Hopefully it will be here in the next week or two. And I believe I hear that eastbound train approaching. This is MT4, an eastbound empty hopper train. Our power today for MT4 is 9620. She is an AF16A or AF2, built by the American Locomotive Company in November of 1951. Her builder's number is 79435. She is rated at 1600 horsepower from an Alco 244D prime mover, 12-cylinder, 4-stroke diesel with a maximum speed of 65 miles per hour and a tractive effort of 61,600 with a 74-18 gear ratio, riding on a BB wheel arrangement. She was assigned to the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh regions. And was retired on January the 13th, 1967. Our trailing unit is PRR number 9620B. She is in AF16B or FB2. Come on. There she goes. She was built by the American Locomotive Company in November of 1951. Her builder's number is 79487. She is rated at 1600 horsepower from an Alco 244D prime mover 12-cylinder 4-stroke diesel. Also with a maximum speed of 65 miles per hour with a tractive effort of 61,300 with a 74-18 gear ratio with a BB wheel arrangement, and was also assigned to the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh regions and retired on January the 13th, 1967. The FA and FB2s were approximately 2 feet longer than the FA1s to accommodate an optional steam generator. Our crew today for MT4, our hogger is Jim Campbell, our fireman is C.E. Hastings, our head end brakeman is Ike G. Thompson, and at the rear of our train is conductor Francis Humpty Moran and rear brakeman John J. Pricer. On board cabin car number 477908. She was an N5C built by the PRR Altoona shops in April of 1942 and was assigned to the Pittsburgh region. She was equipped with train phones, so this is one of those that I've got to add train phones to, and go back and do a little repainting. And our paint scheme on this one, it was bought like this, a Bowser. It's not accurate. It's not the exact way she was actually painted up and everything, so we're gonna eventually go back and I think that hogger keeps trying to stop and get some coffee at Lulu's. I'll take you over just a minute. And like I said in one of my previous videos here a month or so ago, I went cabin car crazy and started buying cabin cars. Here's the majority of them anyway. Let's see, we got 9 here, 1 on the layout on MT4, and then I got a couple that's over on the workbench. Like I said, there was a couple of them I needed to add train phones to and change the paint scheme and add some details. I'm gonna add some smoke coming up out of the chimney, like they got the little coal stove going on cool mornings. Haven't done anything else. Been focusing all my time over on Montyville, so we got to get back over here and finish the yard. I just put all these cabooses. This is the yard for the steel mill. I just kind of stuck all the cabooses in here, so our old boxcar Jerry was wanting to see all the cabooses, so I just stuck them over here. This was the best place to put them. Hey, Jerry! Where is Jerry? He's hiding on here somewhere. And we still got to repair the track 1 over here. I'm going to tear out all these 2 turnouts, get new turnouts. I get them working. They work for a few days, and then I don't know what's going on with it, but they get on these turnouts and it just stops. So I'm just going to tear all this out. I've got new turnouts. Going to replace them. Replace all the wiring. Rewire everything. I'm tired of fooling with it, so that's why right now track 1's down. I just got this passenger train sitting here. Another project we've been working on is this business car. This will be either the Pennsylvania or either the Philadelphia business car. And I've got 3 so far of the presidents. Those will represent there will actually be 4 on there. I've got to get one more figure to go on there. But they will represent the 4 presidents of the Pennsylvania Railroad during the years that I modeled the Pennsylvania Railroad. And I've got some Venetian blinds I'm going to add in here. Can't really see it, but I'll take it back apart. I just kind of wanted to put it back together and kind of run it. I still got to get the decals and everything on it. I know it's kind of shaky. I'll put some smoke, like steam coming out the end of it, and got her tacked on to the end of this generic passenger train here. Got a few more pieces of memorabilia here. GP35 manual. I think it's from 1965. Yep, January 1965. And I got a GP9 manual. From July 1958. And I picked this up. This is a J.E. Harshberger's Dairy from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Harshberger's provided milk on the PRR passenger trains. Here's an actual lid from one of them. So, pasteurized milk, dining car service, Pennsylvania Railroad, J.E. Harshberger Dairy, Altoona, Pennsylvania. And we got us E8 manual. And I picked up a couple of pieces, dining car pieces here. Here's a spoon. I don't know if you can see it. PRR stamped into it. That's a butter pat and a couple of creamers. They would bring, this is what they would bring to your table with butter on it and creamer for your coffee. I picked this up. It's a PRR insulator and a couple of switch locks and a PRR switch lock key, which it doesn't fit this lock. I've got to find the lock that this will fit. And this is a signal lock. This would have been on a signal, stamped PRR signal department. And we got us a couple more Penzi magazines from the 50s and 60s and different pieces of memorabilia go in the collection. Not too much more done down this area. I still need to get some more fence, barbed wire fence, finish out, and maybe some more cows or horses over here. We've got to still do corn, put in the cornfield. We got E.E. Richardson, our signal maintainer on this section of the line. He's inspecting the signal there. Then we got Matt Bound from Extreme Trains over here checking out the action over here on the PRR. I still ain't seen Boxcar Jerry. Where you hiding, Jerry? He's probably over at Lulu's eating all the pie and drinking all the coffee. I better get back over there and get me some more coffee. But we're working on some new, I guess, segments for the show once we get started back. Right now I'm just focusing on working on layout. It's been busy at work. Been short-handed, so once maybe we can get all that straightened out. I'm just whooped by the end of the week and trying to work on the layout and focus on other stuff outside the training room. Doesn't leave too much time to make videos, so. But I promise I'm trying to get back to it eventually. I know I've been saying that, but we'll get there. And it just kind of gets disheartening, stuff like with the track, that inside the track number 1 doesn't want to work right, and just everything all together, it just gets, you know. But like I said, we still here, we still plugging at it. Trying to get everything straightened back out, get back onto an even keel. Like I said, I've been working on a few more new things to add into the videos. One thing is, let's see, Grumpy Old Hogger segment. I think I'm going to add, not to all the videos, but once in a while, if there's something in the model train world that just gets on your nerves, makes your coffee cold, you know, kind of a soapbox segment. different things. I also, there will be something in the future, maybe before the year's up. They may or may not be some blue on the layout. I'll just leave it at that. But I'm cutting it off at 1985. But that was my whole vision for the layout to begin with, was the model from 1947 to about